What is going on, guys? This is Set42 Sports here, and today I am back with another college football prediction video. Sorry I haven't posted this on Sunday, which I usually like to do, but the internet was out, so it's been out for a couple days now, so we finally got internet. But man, oh man, was the games this weekend were incredible, and Happy New Year's as well to everyone out there, and I hope you guys will have a successful year of 2023. 2022 for me on this channel. I surpassed 2,000 subscribers, and it's been awesome. It's been just incredible just to see how this channel has grown from 1,000 subscribers to 2,000 subscribers. So it's been incredible journey, and the goal now is to get 3,000 for this upcoming year. All right, so Georgia and Ohio State. That game was insane. TCU versus Michigan. That game was just insane as well. So, I mean, it was going back and forth, back and forth. TCU honestly shocked me and shocked everyone else because no one really thought that they were going to beat Michigan. Michigan beat themselves because the turnovers killed Michigan. And then, of course, that bogus call that the wide receiver was on the 1 yard line when he didn't even have possession of the ball. And, of course, they called it an incomplete pass instead of a touchdown, which it should have been a touchdown, but, of course, it was. And then the crazy thing happened. They fumbled the ball right after. So it's just insane to even think about. And, of course, the two pick sixes from, from J.J. McCarthy. And, of course, that led TCU pretty much to have a good, stable lead throughout the whole game. And so, yeah, hats off to TCU. Max Duggan, Miller, I think he got hurt too in the second half, so he may or may not play in the championship, the running back for TCU. But Georgia, Stetson Bennett played a heck of a game. Even though early they were down 21-7, I thought, I was like, oh, maybe Ohio State has a chance to pull this off and just upset Georgia, the reigning national championships going back, or national champions going back to back in the college football playoffs, national finals. And can they do it? Can they win back-to-back? Who knows? Because honestly, but in all reality, I still think Georgia may beat TCU. But who knows? TCU can come out, and Max Duggan and that offense can just go off. But hey, hats off to Ohio State. They tried their best. C.J. Stroud played one of the best games ever I've seen. And then that wide receiving core is just dominant. And of course, the field goal kicker, who is from UNC. So, yeah, they've had a history of not-so-great kickers. So, as a further ado, let's go ahead and go through the matchup predictors. Also, this game will be on ESPN, January 9th of 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time in Inglewood, California. So, it's going to be very interesting. This game is going to be fun to watch. I hope it's not a blowout because those past two semifinal games were the best games I've seen in a long time. It was so fun to watch. It was action-packed. It was crazy. It was wild. It was fun to watch. But yeah, as a further ado, let's go through the match predictor. And of course, let's go through the season leaders and the team stats. And I'll finish off based off of what I've saw of the college football playoffs. All right, so the match predictor has TCU 27.1% to Georgia 72.9%. And for season leaders. All right, so we have passing yards. We have Max Duggan with 253 completions to 397 completions to attempts, 3,546 passing yards, 32 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. All right, Stetson Bennett, who also played a heck of a game in the playoffs versus Ohio State. He went this season 292 completions to 429 attempts. For passing yards, 3,823 passing yards, 23 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. Now, Georgia's defense, they played semi-good. They played semi-well against Ohio State, but Ohio State did really well against them. Georgia's offense went off against Ohio State. So, yeah, Miller for TCU is one of the best running backs, in my opinion, in college football right now, with over 224 carries, almost 1,400 rushing yards, and 17 touchdowns. An insane amount, just insane stats right there. McIntosh for Georgia, 142 carries, 779 yards, 10 touchdowns. Quentin Johnson for TCU had 59 receptions, 1,666 receiving yards, 6 touchdowns. Pretty good, especially because TCU's offense I watched on last Sunday was just insane. But yeah, Brock Bowers, UGA's tight end, who's a beast as well. 56 receptions, 790 receiving yards, and 6 touchdowns. Georgia really does like to use their tight ends a lot, and that dude is a beast. All right, lastly, I'd like to go through team stats. Points per game, TCU averaged about 41.1, and of course Georgia 39.4. Pretty much similar, just 2 points off. So yeah, points allowed per game, TCU not bad with 25.0. Actually, that's kind of a high scoring a little bit because they play in the Big 12. Georgia only allowing 12 points per game, pretty good for them because they're usually a good defensive team. Total yards 474.1 compared to Georgia's 494.9. So hopefully it'll be another action-packed type game compared to the semifinals of this past weekend. All right, yards passing, we have 269.6 yards for TCU, and of course we have Georgia 293.0 for yards of passing. All right, so yards of rushing, we have TCU's, and of course Georgia's. They're both similar because TCU has that really good running back, Miller. So TCU has 204.5 rushing yards on offense, and of course Georgia 201.9. All right, yards allowed on defense. So this is actually not too bad. This would probably be considered standard, but like not kind of like a lot. But TCU only allowing 385.1. That's because they play in the Big 12. In the Big 12, they usually like to have high-scoring games. Georgia, really good, only allowing 292.1 yards allowed on defense for total yards. Yards of passing allowed, we have 235.6 for TCU. And, of course, we have Georgia's 215.1. Not bad at all. Rushing yards allowed, TCU, I guess you can say it's kind of average, but only allowing 149.5 compared to Georgia's 77.0. Gosh, my bad. All right, so what their prediction has for the pick center is plus 12.5, minus 12.5, which is a pretty standard about for Georgia versus TCU. I like TCU. I wish the underdog would beat the just the giant, which is Georgia, because everybody thinks that Georgia is going to win, which in my opinion, I still think Georgia is going to win this game by 13 points, in my opinion. Basically what the pick center has on the board on ESPN. But I want you guys to comment down below what you guys think, who is going to win this game. Do you think TCU can upset Georgia, or do you think Georgia is going to straight up roll TCU, or it's going to be a very close game, and I think Georgia is going to pull away? But I just think Georgia defense is just too good, in my opinion. Though I know it was a high-scoring game watching Georgia versus Ohio State, but don't count out TCU because they're pretty good as well on offense, and they can shock a lot of people with Max Duggan in that offense. All right, guys, comment down below what you guys think, because this video is mainly for the fans, and I want to hear or see what the fans have to say about this video. And so yeah, just let me know what you guys think, and I can't wait for this championship game. It's gonna be fun to watch. And yeah, see you guys later. Have a happy new year, and the more videos will be on the way talking about Panthers, or just talking about in general with college football in the offseason. All right, guys, Set42 here. Y'all have a great day. Peace out.